Hello. Hello. Welcome to the 4 o'clock shadow. Yes, I will be with you shortly. Yes. Uh, Life on its own terms. Let's see, putting in gmail.com. There we go. Uh, Signing up for Gun Goth. She is the hot topic number one. It says Mark Polton, new project over on Indiegogo. I will drop the link into the chat for you. And there it is. We'll take a look at Gun Goth. It does have a trailer. Okay. Uh, bring that up after I get my co-host in here. Hello. There, slow to come up, but there we go. Supposed to be real
Hey,
choppy today.
hey, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hex Allen in the house. Hey, Devil Hawk and Shadow Flyer.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Oh, so how's your day today, Rex?
Day of rest. I mean, I tried to sleep the day away. Streamed for over 8 hours yesterday in between this show and the Hump Dirt.
Oh yeah,
Of course,
yeah, I
yesterday
forgot.
was struck down 117 views that we got yesterday, but
How'd
we
it
went
get
over
struck
4 hours. Oh, a couple of those trailers. I'll edit them out, maybe get it back up there. So
down? Oh, well, shit.
I know, but we had 117, 115 at close and picked up a couple more before they struck it down.
Oh, yeah, that's
Striking me
pretty good.
down, and
I will strike you down.
I will strike you down, Luke Skywalker.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I know, right? I love that. I love that voice. Um, yeah, Mark Polton has a new thing, Gun Goth. I don't know if you've
Mm.
seen that.
Yeah, I saw.
I just signed up for it.
Yeah, I think I signed up like a week ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I just saw it today, so I just signed up just as the show was beginning. Let's watch the
Oh,
trailer. This is from
sure.
Haunted Pizza Comics.
Haunted pizza.
The slow rock of death.
Yeah, baby, bringing the bad girls back. That's what I'm talking
Uh huh.
about.
Like the music, up
Hmm.
tempo.
Very kind of early electro.
So you can go sign up for that now on Indiegogo.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Only on Indiegogo.
Oh,
That's right.
damn it.
Mike Walters in the house. Hey, Mike.
Hell, Mike.
Something else I saw on X, which is pretty neat. It's got different functions to it.
Oh, yeah.
Let me share. Maybe this will work better. Okay. So, a Telltale Mind. So, and the focus was on All Star Squadron. So it has the logo up here, and
Mm.
you can see how many issues. So there were 67 issues, 3 annuals from 81 to
Cool.
87 DC. That's all you need to know. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, nice.
Amethyst of Gem World ran for 12 issues, the first run. Looks like they came out with a second volume immediately after that, ran 16 issues with one special, and then a 4 issue thing
A third
after
volume. Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Iraq Son
That's
of
cool
Thunder
though that they
one.
got them all, like in a
Yeah.
nice, quick, easy to swallow format. So.
And it's not just Marvel and DC. Like this is from Rebellion Battle Action, so there was
Hmm.
gives you the year, and and Beowulf. That's a DC Dragon Slayer mid-70s there
Yeah.
book that lasted 6 issues, and a late
Barely. I
60s
think
book
I've
that lasted.
seen one of those. Yeah.
Creeper, Black Condor, Black
Black Knight.
Knight, Blitzkrieg,
Bamba,
Bomba,
the Jungle Boy.
and he was on TV. He was on TV.
Yeah. Brute Force. Was that?
I
Oh, that was
don't
Marvel.
know that I remember Brute Force. Only 4 issues. Captain Action, only 5 issues. A lot of nice Gil
Captain
Kane
Victory.
covers on those.
Yeah,
Captain
it's like
Victory and the
6.
Galactic Rangers. That's taken from the old. That's the newer one from 2014, 2015 Dynamite.
Right.
The color
Oh,
scheme has
Quality
been
Unconquered.
changed to
I got
Windows
one of
7.
those somewhere.
I don't know if you see that notice or not, but it says the color scheme has been changed to Windows 7 Basic. The current color scheme has exceeded its allowed memory, so the color scheme has been automatically changed to improve performance. Click to see more information. But that's probably why my colors are off.
Oh, yeah.
The reds, the purples.
Mm-hmm.
Quality Unconquered. That's no DC.
Well, maybe you'll be better now when you show your sketches and stuff, since it put you back to like factory setting.
Indeed. Well, I don't know. Last night I worked on, I'd finished on the show yesterday. The Pog, the latest, Bog Pog.
There you go.
And,
now, how does that look to you on camera?
Yeah, but there's not any reds in that, really.
Oh, it's showing up on camera, like under his cheeks there.
And I did that one on Topicless, but now this has got, here's a red guy, but that looks pretty much like I see it here.
Yeah, that looks pretty red. So, I think your camera's colors are straightened out anyway.
Maybe, because this is quite colorful, and that looks about like I see it,
Yeah, that looks like it's pretty close to.
Got a range of colors in there.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Alrighty then.
I don't know
one
if
less
it's
problem
corrected
for
or
the
not.
show. And ahoy, Carrie and Phantasmagorical joining the chat. Hello, Phanta. Hi, Carrie. Oi, Sabaloy.
I just kind of blocked in the canvas last night. That's what I was working on the Hump Day show. I've still got to do his arm, so don't bust me too bad for that. I still got a lot of work to do on it. I'm just kind of blocking it in. I might actually get back to acrylic painting and paint this thing,
Yeah.
But all the artwork I'm doing in the campaign, it'll be in the art book, and any of the bogs will be in the 10 years of bog, visual history.
Yeah. An ever-growing book.
An ever-growing book. You are correct, sir. And, here's some from Awesome Entertainment, Dark Eyes. It's not just Marvel and DC. It's cool to look and just see, oh, Doctor Strange, and through the years, and then how many issues there were. Dragon Ring, there was only 6 of that from Aircell. 6 issues.
Oh,
that's where
that was Dale's first.
He didn't do all of them, but he did do some.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Dale's first job, was Aircell, his first professional work anyway.
But not on Dragon Ring. It was that samurai book.
Yeah, it was a different. Yeah, it was.
And I never knew that till he came back, to CG and was talking about his first work, or he posted something, because I just assumed it was Dragon Ring, or I didn't know what his first work was. But
hail, Eric and Boyd in the house. Good to see you, Eric.
That was very early. So I guess everything in alphabetical order here, and I've dropped the link. Oh, look at that, Inhumanoids. That's based on the toy line.
Oh, yeah.
4 issues. That Jim, Son of Saturn, was kind of like Martian Manhunter. for DC, except he was red. You might remember him.
Vaguely, I think.
I've got Kong the Untamed #2. There were only 5 issues, and it's a Bernie Wrightson cover, and it's a near mint shape.
Ooh, yeah.
I know. The Lone Ranger and Tonto from Topps Comics. Man from Atlantis. I've got all those 1 through 7. This would be a good checklist, huh?
What's this about? Eric says you acted like you didn't know him when he was on Omer's stream last night.
That's not true. I said something to him.
Giving Eric the cold shoulder, mister?
No. No, I was just busy. And in fact, I told Omer, and he did. He kicked me back to the green room or whatever you want to call it 2 or 3 times because he didn't have enough space for guests. And I was just working on this canvas. So once I kind of get into the creative zone, I don't get that talkative, you know. That's like Jason Bascom said about a month ago. He said, Rex talks all the time. You can't shut him up, but it comes on topic. Let's get drawing and he won't talk, you know.
Yeah.
And for the most part, he just sits there and looks at his crotch. He didn't say that, but other people.
Hail Marcus Kelly.
Yes, I recall Jim, son of Saturn, because he confused me. Yeah, it was kind of like, hey, Marcus. Marcus was on over there. I hope you made it home safe. Hell to all you magnificent bastards. Hey, Tank.
Howdy, Tank. Oh, so was I, Eric. No big deal.
Oh, I was giving him grief, yeah. I'm teasing him, yeah. But yeah, this is a good resource. This isn't all that it has here. Look at that, Micronauts. So you want to know how many issues of Micronauts, how many annuals or king size annuals or whatever to any of these runs that are already finished.
Right. And didn't Micronauts have a volume 1 and a volume 2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, cool.
It had the new voyages.
I was looking at the chat.
20 issues.
See what you were showing there.
Yeah, the first series had 59 issues plus 2 annuals, and the new voyages 20.
20 issues. That was it, huh? Yeah, I knew the second one didn't do very well.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are real short runs, you know. ROM 75 with 4 annuals. So it's just cool to see some of these short runs and stuff like that, you know, and it's like, I want to collect all the Son of Satan. Well, there's only 8 issues to collect. Or Starfire. You hardly see that. I think maybe I've got 1 issue of Starfire, maybe 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever saw anything of Starfire.
Star Hunters. I think Rich Buckler did some covers to that. Only 7 issues. Okay. A lot of those were canceled in 1978, you know, by DC.
What's the name of this site, Rex?
It is a telltalemind.com, and I will drop the link in the chat again. It does have like 4 color thoughts, and here you go. You got that just under comics, trade paperbacks, and graphic novels. You know, so you can kind of read about who did what. Comics by company. That's always cool.
Yeah.
And what's that last one? It won't stay up there. Worlds Collide. And about the website, it'll tell you right there. This site is where you can find all manner of things. There are reviews of horror films, comic books, and science fiction. There's comedy and drama, westerns, thrillers, and every genre in between. Blah, blah, blah. So.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they did all that.
Yeah. And movies and film, television, music, and assorted different things. So even Pulptastic, I take it that's the Pulps. So very cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the link
again. Like it could be a good resource.
Check it out.
Yeah.
That Bronze Age Starfire was different from the Teen Titans character. Yes. Bob Layton worked on Star Hunters. There you go. What is the site you were sharing? Right there it is, Eric. just save that, and so there we go. And but I found this very.
Why am I having a hard time saying that? The Telltale
and one and done. So I guess these are just like one and done, like one page
wow.
specials,
like one shot.
this. Yeah, like this one here. I actually have a test cover to this, and this is the first appearance of the Dakota Kid, but it was a one shot Western Team Up #1 by Marvel.
Oh wow!
And it tells you all about it, you know, and who did it, where the credits are. So that's cool just to see the one shots that are out there.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm. Like here from Atlas Comics that only lasted to 4 issues. Hands of the Dragon was the only issue that got to come out before they canceled the whole line.
Oh wow.
Tells you all about it, Jim Krager, the artist. Ed Fordor, whatever, Fordery, writer. A lot of the one shots, kind of get swept under. You don't even know they're out. I have this one here, the Bat. I bought a bunch of that just because I love the cover, the pulp feel to it, and they were like $1 a piece on eBay years ago. And I said, "Hell yeah, I'll buy all those and hold on to
them." That's a pretty cool cover. I like that.
Yeah, near mint condition. The Bat being a public domain character, I guess. Apple Press, Apple Comics.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mark Wheatley. I believe Mark Wheatley, didn't he work on DNA Agents, or am I mistaken? You may not know, but I'm asking the chat too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat might know.
Yeah. So it seems to be well put together. You might want to go check it out. Just saying. Having info about one shots is helpful. Yeah, and it's got other features on there, movie reviews, TV, different stuff, like I say, the pulps. Go on there and check it out. All-Star Squadron. Yeah.
If you're picking up stuff in dollar bins or what have you, doing, back issue shopping, you might pick up one of those one shots and not even know it's a one shot, So that'd be a nice place to, look stuff up that you're not
I wish it had a feature on there where you could go onto that and overlay the comics you have and use it as a checklist. Actually, Comics Buyer's Guide came out with some comic book price guides that actually had checklists by the books, and you could do
that would be really cool.
Yeah. And I bought some rag copies of them just to do as checklists. I never used it, but I could. Okay, it was Mark Ever. No, okay, thank you. Nice shot. Thanks. Yeah. My pleasure. I saved it for myself. It just something that I saw that was posted on X.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Mike Baron showing. I don't know if this is fan artwork of Nexus, but from Norwal, Nexus there, and Mike Baron posted that.
Narwhal, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is Narwhal going to do something with Mike Baron and Nexus?
He might be out, or he might have just been doing some fan art. I don't know.
He might be.
Mm-hmm. He was working. He just did a big something getting turned into a movie or whatever, dude. He's working with Mark Millar now. Like Narwhal went all Hollywood. He's big time now.
Depending on what you get, and especially the early DNA Agents, and there was a couple runs of that. I mean, it was kind of like an X-Men / type thing, or that's the way we kind of viewed it back then.
I only got a couple of them, but it seemed like it had a lot of alien stuff going on.
I think that was done on Baxter Paper. It might have been Mondo, Mondo paper. They were saying Mondo. All these papers came into the early 80s. I want to brag about something.
Will Imaginal Musical.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Many comments. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, they've been beautiful, bro. God dang it, I can never remember. It's not Alpha Girls. What the hell's the name of that?
I don't know if this is AI or not, but I like the slick hair. It's entitled Pink Eye.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Eric. I like a couple of things that Narwhal's done, but for the most part, most of his stuff doesn't do anything for me. That Foreign Agent, though, that first book he came out with, the graphic novel, was really good. I like the way he put that together.
Happy birthday to Douglas Trumbull, visual effects director and true visionary. He created some of the most breathtaking images in movie history. Here from Blade Runner.
Oh,
yeah. And Star Trek.
Yeah.
And
remember
that's Close Encounters, right? Third Kind. Look at that old radio to his left there. Old stand-up radio. Those things were really big pieces of furniture. And I guess this is 2021. I mean, 2001, rather. Unless this was part of 2010. Probably 2010.
Maybe, you know, I'm not sure.
This was the same type of thing that was in 2001. Because they did do that with who was the guy on Jaws? He was in 2010.
No, which guy? The scientist guy, or
the guy that was in that one Punisher movie, played his father. Shiver, what's his name? I don't know. The main guy going, get out of the water, get out of the water.
Oh, yeah. Sheen. No, not Sheen. God damn it. I can't think of his name right offhand.
That's okay. He passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, but there's the other dude in there too that was in the...
I'm not excited about it, but apparently there may be a new Goonies movie.
Really?
They're doing it. Whether we're doing it or not is another story.
That's it.
But I can tell you for sure, Spielberg and Chris Columbus have a recipe and they're planning on something. We wish them well. And if they come to us, we'll consider it at that time.
After it came out, Steven Spielberg sent me a poster saying, I'm still a Goonie, how about you? He's wanted to make the sequel, and he's the sole reason it hasn't been made now, because it hasn't been right. The fact that he is endorsing this next thing is why we know it's going to happen, and it's why it has every chance to be spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carrie, that would be great. That's one thing that bothered me about it too. It didn't have any page numbers, so I don't know if that's traditional in pulp novels. If they just didn't bother.
I like page numbers, absolutely, because often
do you know, Rex? You've got some old pulps and stuff. Did they normally number the pages on those or no?
I think so. I mean, I've got some. I've got one right there I can get if you know.
It seems to me that 99% of published books usually have the pages numbered in some sort of way.
Yeah. Harry Morgan, born on this day in 1915. His career spanned 6 decades, and he appeared in over 100 films. Remembered today for his TV role as Officer Bill Cannon on Dragnet, 1967 through 70, and as Colonel Sherman T. Potter in MASH from 75 to 83. Passed in 2011 at age 96. So his heavenly birthday today. I remember him on Dragnet, but he was not the original guy. The little sidekick, you know, on Dragnet. They had another guy at first. Have you ever watched some of the old Dragnet? Bum, 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 bum.
Oh yeah. That one way back when I was a kid. My dad used to watch it. I'd watch it with him.
Chuck Connor's heavenly birthday today. He was born in 1921. Remember for the TV show The Rifleman. 1958 through 63. Loved that show growing up as a kid, you know. Chronic smoker, Connors smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day until he quit in the mid 1970s. And he was a drinker, you know, 1971 quite heavily, from what
You
I'm
always end up
told by
getting fucking
someone I used to work with.
$5,000, $6,000. So fucking somehow I get fucked every time. Yeah.
Wish I could remember how Doc explained it. Doc does explain well why novellas don't have chapter or page numbers. Meh. Yeah, I was more of a monster squad type person myself, Eric and Boyd. My grandfather bore a resemblance to Henry Morgan a bit. My parental grandpa, yeah. There's Connors. He also did Branded. I'm surprised they didn't mention that. Branded ran for, I guess, a couple seasons after The Rifleman. Just the opener of him, you know, working at Winchester and firing off all those shots got your attention. I mean, you're sitting there. Hello, Homer. You're sitting there in your living room or whatever, and you hear this. You know, woke you up. In April 1980, John Byrne did the pencils for 4 titles, the 6th time in 17-month period where he would pull off such feat. And that time, he wrote, drew, and did the covers for over 50 different comics. Is there any question about who is the king of the Bronze Age? There might be. But he was amazing output during that time. Classic covers. Oops, skipped one. Here we go. You found time for Spider-Man. That's impressive. Although that's a Al Milgrom cover, I believe. Just guessing by the style of it. Al Milgrom, probably in the running with Gil Kane. Russell Crowe's birthday was April 7th. I thought it was funny. They mentioned all these movies he was in, and they did not mention Noah. Noah was a disaster. An actor from A Few Dollars More, the Italian actor Glenn Volante. Anyway, it was his birthday. Born in 1933, April 9th. He made a good bad guy in that. I watched that not too long ago. For A Few Dollars More. Chuck Connors did A Big Country, Old Yellow, Geronimo, Soylent Green. He was in that. I remember that. Flipper, Airplane 2, Move Over Darling, The Deserter, Tourist Trap, The Mad Bomber, Ride Beyond Vengeance, Virus, The Hired Gun, The Birdman, The Rifleman, Branded, Roots. I wonder what he played in Roots. And Police Story. Forgot he had been in Roots. You know, Chuck Connors was also a major league pitcher that pitched for New York, I believe, New York Yankees. He was right in there with DiMaggio and all the greats. They never made a trading card though of him. Leaf Tops or any Donruss or any of them.
How is it you fucking get fucking thousands of dollars back every year, but I get fucking hosed?
But there was a major league problem, you know. They never made a card of him. Omar Sharif, born, let's see, I guess that was yesterday, 1932. I never much appreciated him, but as an actor, but he was in some good movies. He was good. Lawrence of Arabia, I believe. Dr. Zhivago, of course, and he was in that with Charlie Chaplin's eldest daughter. Let's see. Oh, and Flash, born on this date. He did The Exorcist, The 3 Days of Condor. I need to watch that one. Flash Gordon, Conan the Barbarian. Was he in Conan the Barbarian? I guess he was. Needful Things, The Greatest Story Ever Told. Yeah, he played Jesus Christ in that. Dune, loved him in Dune. The Seventh Seal. Yeah, that was with Ingrid Bergman. The Night Visitor, Voyage of the Damned, Brass Target, Escape to Victory, and Game of Thrones was probably one of the last things he did. Max von Sydow. And there's another one in there that I watched too back in the rental days called Steppenwolf. You might have seen that. I forget what it was about, but it was a pretty good movie. Anything he's in. Ming the Merciless,
Yeah, my life is
in The Exorcist.
Don't matter.
Telltale Mind, the person that had that, I don't know if I was following them or not, but I like a lot of stuff. Sometimes I talk about it, and he's got different links there. Here is his link on X. They had that, wait a minute. There we go. Copy, paste. It doesn't always want to cooperate. There we go. So if you want to join his X, there's his X. Back up here. There we go. April 9th was one of the great Golden Age artists' birthday, heavenly birthday. Mac Rayboy on his birthday with covers featuring Bullet Man. Yeah. Also did a lot of Captain Marvel Jr., the Green, trying to think. I have one of his books, Green Llama. Just couldn't think of it. Chuck Connors played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Okay. And Chicago Cubs. He also played in the NBA. Oh, I didn't know that, with the Boston Celtics. Wow. Okay. They probably never made a basketball card of him, did they? I know they didn't make a baseball card of him ever, which is pretty sad, actually. Can you imagine what that would have been worth? Maybe a few bucks, huh? David Brink dropping Alan Goldman's artwork from Safeguard, a double page spread. Very nice. Check this out. A lot going on there. Can't wait to see that thing inked. Being attacked by some kind of toothy critters, goblins, whatever. Very nice. David just has some awesome stuff. He was very right wing. Well, I mean, there were definitely, people like John Wayne and others that were. Yeah. I mean, Bullet Man, all Fawcett characters here. Of course, ISIS there in the middle. That's kind of like an update from the 70s ISIS. She predated Wonder Woman and the Bionic Woman, really the first female superhero on TV, I'm told. You can find another, let me know. Some very nice Our Painted Lives on his portfolio day release, some of his painted stuff. Penguin. Catwoman. A little cyberpunk with the goggles there. Two-Face. I think that coin's supposed to be silver, though, huh? I guess he could use a gold coin. Has a Jekyll and Hyde feel to it, doesn't it? I've been watching some. I'm up to 9th series. Just finished the 8th series with Peter Capaldi. This kind of looks like Peter Capaldi somewhat. Nice Poison Ivy there. Nice painting. Very cool. He doesn't say if he works in oils or if this is acrylic. Very nice stuff. Reminds me of the green slave girl in Star Trek. This is a Giorgio Camolo tribute to Jack Kirby. Very nice. Very Kirby-esque. I'll give you a minute to blow that up. Very cool. It's okay, Shadowhawk. We all have those days. AI made to look like paintings, I think. Okay. Well, I don't, whether it's AI or not, I mean, those trailers that they make that I've shared fully, some on and other things, I think they're pretty neat. I'm not one of those that has a lot of fear about just a lot of fear, period. Blood Hunt 2 from Sim, posting by him. I guess this is supposed to be a bullet hole. I don't know. Very neat though. Blood Hunt 2 available now by Sim, the Ink Slayer. Check it out on Indiegogo. If you need that link, I'll give you that link. In fact, why don't I just give you that link instead of talking about it? 80 plus pages. Death Day Carnal / Carnal Sin. Sign up and get a secret early bird tier with the sketch card. Blood Hunt 2. So let's sign up. I think I'm signed up, but you never know. So I might have to go back and double check that. And there's the link right there for Blood Hunt 2. I really think I'm signed up for this already. And it does have a trailer, so I guess I can play that. Let's give me a moment to share screen. Here we go. Hey, Eric.
By moonlight, the hunt begins. Crimson marks on Palestine. Enchanted foes, mortal sin. A game of death, I'm here to win. Blood hunt, no time to stall. Monsters fall as I hear the call. Vincent out, the shadows crawl. Fear the reaper, yourself. I'll take the bounties, leave behind death.
Hey, Rob.
With fangs and stealth, I'll steal your breath. Screams in silence, hearts in chains, under darkness, start the games. Shadows meld through night, I prowl. With every kill, hear the midnight howl.
So go sign up for Blood Hunt 2 if you haven't already. There is the link to that. I'm sure Sam the Ink Slayer will appreciate that. And you can get a secret sort of early bird special with that, apparently. Up there, let's see what else we got here. Some very cool images by Alex Ross, Rocketeer, Love Rocketeer by Dave Stevens. There was one artist I could bring back from the dead. I think it'd be Dave Stevens, even though his career was cut short. I love his cheesecake stuff, but then, I mean, how could you not bring back Jack Kirby? But he probably doesn't want to come back, and Dave Stevens probably doesn't either. But very nice stuff by Alex Ross there, Rocketeer. I always love that retro type stuff. I think retro is coming back in, folks. I really do. It might take a little while. I found this interesting, and this is your lizard representation for today. A little lizard girl in the mug. And so you put your coffee in or hot chocolate or whatever, just up to, where it looks like it's floating in the water, which is, a ceramic element that stands in the middle of your cup or to the side, very cool. There's your lizard representation for today. If you don't like it, Lorenzo, show up and tell me. I haven't seen you in forever. We have to have lizard representation. And I know you're probably tired of the Godzilla stuff. Cute is over on X. It's got some cute images. It does not a lot of them. Quite a few, but these are some of the more interesting ones. Snoopy and big pink puffy jacket. Cookies. Very cool. If you got some old scuffed up Hot Wheels or something like that, look at that. Put all your cars around a mirror. Very cool. Sure, that took some super glue. Hello, Ralph. I don't know if you heard me over the trailer noise or not, Ralph, but I did say hi. This one's kind of funny with the hot chocolate. You know what's going to happen to the poor marshmallow seal. It's going to start to dissolve and fall apart, but at least somebody didn't whack it in the head with a club, and skin it. Thought that was funny. And I had to post this with the wonderful thing about Tigger is I'm the only one. Although he should be orange. He's more brownish there. Piglet and Eeyore having a picnic. Very nice. Somebody set that up. But he's a tiger. He needs to be orange with his black stripes. Tigger was always my favorite out of the poo. Although I liked them all. Except maybe for the rabbit. I liked them all. But Eeyore was fun. Okay. That's what I feel like some days doing this show. And here was another one I thought was kind of clever, with the flowers within the shadow of the woman with the dress. Very cool. And this was cute too, taking stools and making them into like a dripping cheeseburger just by stacking them. And here's the separate parts there. Kind of dumb, but hey. And this did look good. Apparently this is a thing where you can get a Snoopy cone. Hell yeah. I'm going to eat some ice cream tonight. I've still got some of that Cherry Garcia in there and that black walnut that we bought, I and my sister, and never got to. I did try the Cherry Garcia just to see what it was. Cool Comic Art says my collection of Spider-Man and X-Men prose novels. These sold plenty, but no one talks about them. And there's so much story here that's never mined by Marvel historians, and it probably won't be. Sad to say. Almost looks like the old VHS tapes, but those are novels. They did do some good novels. I got some at Walden Books. Had to think a minute. Walden Books. Adventures in the Mystery. He's giving me a shout out about following me on X, and I'm going to return the favor. If you're not following him on X, you need to be. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'm sounding like Omer now, just dropping these links. That's a lot of ice cream on that Snoopy cone. Hell yeah, it is. Go give him a watch over on X. Adventures into Mystery. I'm not going to feature all of them, but there's a Miracle Man omnibus hardcover. These were some that I retweeted. There's The Sculptor, which is a hardback by Scott McCloud. You know, I thought this was pretty cool. Thanks to a deal with death, the young sculptor David Smith gets his childhood wish to sculpt anything he can imagine with his bare hands. Thought that was cool. 10 books of art celebrating the legendary the legacy rather of Frank Frazetta. And he has different threads to these, and like a Avengers 60 through 65. And most of these are like Amazon links, but it gives you the links to go there where you can pick that up. It reprints the first 20 issues of the Avengers. Very costly indeed, you know, if you're out there trying to buy originals. And so get those omnibuses, get those trade paperbacks and things like that. Here's a Dave Stevens piece. Very cheesecake. Pew, pew, pew. Hell yeah. And I don't know who did the coloring. That looks like something that would have been done, you know, by Pacific Comics. Pacific Comics had some of the best colored early 80s comics, bar none. Probably the best, in my opinion. They came out with some wonderful comics for about 3 years, and it was really sad when they went under. Thanks, guys. Just being screwed by the federal government again this year. Maybe Trump will get rid of this BS, and I can have a life again. Yeah, ride me, cowboy. Yeah, Homer. That's kind of weird that you want Dave Stevens to ride you, especially after he's been dead all these years, but sure, we'll go with that. A nice George Perez, early George Perez artwork, which I do sort of prefer over his later refined stuff. Man Wolf. I don't have any of these, I don't think, and 30,000 copies. Notice the placement of the authority code on this one. Kind of weird, you know. Got the little Curtis Publishing thing up there too, by the issue number and month. But yeah, just kind of different placement for the authority code on this one. Still 35 cents. Those were the days. Those were the days. Archie. A Dan Lawless Tiger. There we go. The original Cat from Marvel. No, that was What the Cowgirl of Art by Dave Stevens says that. Okay. You got both of those? Oh, wow. 2 issues? Yeah, some of that stuff didn't run very long at all. That's Dan Lawless there, if you didn't know. I think I said that. Very cool stuff by Dan. Do you remember these? I do. 1989 tiny size, chiclet tiny size gum pieces. Hell yeah. Usually get those at the grocery store just for the fun of it. And then later in life, just because it reminded me of my childhood, you know. Yes, he does. He does draw great ladies. Yeah, I may have to get him to do me a midnight piece. Now on the Dawn Show, they're going to have on Saturday. They're going to have on Brent featuring Fembat. Billy Tucci's stealing my thunder. He says momentum continues as She Gatecrasher tops 104K. overcoming Kickstarter's $103,897 and is now just 15 backers away from 1,000. Wow. So doing great with that over on Indiegogo, apparently overcoming what they made on Kickstarter. Good for him. Awesome. Lady Death there, and she. But I guess momentum. You can use momentum, sure. Aaron Lopresti. I say Aaron Lopresti Mystique piece. Always got to put a skull in there. He draws sexy ladies too. Absolutely. I wonder if he colored that with markers. John's Long Box, of course, over on Fund My Comic. Let's check in and see how his book is doing. Number 2 of Heroic Tales. 46 backers, $1,478. So he's got some running to do. It ends on July 26th, so it will be running a while over there on Fund My Comic. Let's see if he can top the first one. It'll be cool to see if he does or not. I hope he does. We'll have to have him on here. Here's a great Nick Cardy Action Comics cover where Superman's getting his tooth pulled, which could never happen really with a human dentist, maybe a Kryptonian dentist. But K-Pop Chunky in the house. Oh, please have me back on your show. I love you. Speaking of engagements, and no, I and K-Pop are not engaged. Here's a great Dale to look at. There was a movie as well. I will tell you, I will be on with, where's my calendar? I will be on with Scarlet Fever at 8 Central tomorrow night. And then, of course, we have Tom Tuttle on the Rex Hex and Apex show on Saturday. And I have Carissa Grant. She will be on with us the 16th, which is a Wednesday. And on Thursday, I will be on Janet from Another Planet's channel at 7 my time. So exciting stuff. Some interviews coming up of me talking about Devil Flyer. We got Carissa coming up next week. I'll be scheduling some more. I know exactly when I'm going back to work now. I'm going to try and find, some stuff I've written and drawn and start putting together the, Carissa. Cool. Yeah. Damn, total misspell. Okay. I do that all the time. Here's you a Art Adams piece talking about the lovely ladies. Love the creature down there by her hips there. That's cool. Do you like these knockoff artists? They've got an artist that looks a lot like his work, and there's like Germinez that looks a lot like George Perez. I don't mind it. But it is a little confusing when trying to say, okay, is that Art Adams or is that other artist? To identify some of the stuff. That's my only thing. It gets kind of confusing sometimes. Anything else in the news I should know about? I'm still tired from yesterday's tired. If they're good at what I do, I'm okay with it, I guess. Yeah. If it's same Carissa that is part of the Madness comment, Lori Pops. Yeah, I do. She's a talented creator, very hardworking. I guess she, contacted her through Facebook, I think. Oh, I went all gray there. My normal complexion. So what are you complaining about? Who's complaining? Who's complaining? Let me go over here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll share some audio with you because the visuals will get me in trouble. Just let me find it here. I save a lot of things, Send them to Shadowhawk so he can appreciate them. He probably doesn't see half of what I send him, but any of you hear Trump's terrible song? That's pretty wild. There we go.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Donald Trump. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, II, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobacco, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam, Norway, and Sweden, and Iceland, and Finland, and Germany, now in one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey, and Greece, Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman, Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq, and Iran, there, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait, and Bahrain, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Portugal, France, England, Denmark, and Spain, India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, and Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippines, Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, then Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana, Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi. The Spanish Sahara is gone. Nigeria, Chad, Liberia, Egypt, Benin, and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya, and Mali, Sierra Leone, and Algeria, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Ethiopia, Guinea, Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Majorca, and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Great Mauritania, and Pennsylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
Okay, that's not the thing that I really wanted to show you, but I thought that was cute. Let me see. Maybe I'll find it. Oops. Let's see. Gotta get on the right track. There we go. Right track. Stuff that I sent Shadowhawk. Absolutely. They had something on how to remove tiles, which was very cool because I've got some tiles I may need to remove. That was a nice little trick. Oh, yes. Can anybody tell me what this movie clip is from by listening to it? I forget the movie. Maybe you will know by just listening. There you go. There's your visual cue for it.
Why, in 1975, we pulled our troops out of Vietnam.
The failure of Vietnamization to win popular support caused an ongoing erosion of confidence in the various American but illegal Saigon regimes.
Sam Kennedy.
Is she right? Because I know that's the
okay, I just noticed something. That's that's back to school, isn't it? Because it's got Rodney Dangerfield in it there, sitting in the class. That's Back to School, isn't it? You tell me. With Sam Kinison, I don't remember him in that. I love Back to School though.
Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that. I wish I could, but I was there. I wasn't here in the classroom hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was up to my knees in rice paddies with guns and Edward going up against Charlie, slugging it out with him while pussies like you were back here partying, putting headbands on, doing drugs, listening to the goddamn Beatle albums.
Now, if that doesn't bring a smile to your face, I don't know what will. Anyway, keep collecting. We'll see you.